Imagine the surrounding circle of spirit in the 12 signs of the zodiac, with a human being in the center. The spirit is so extensive, however, that we will accomplish nothing if we begin by pouring ourselves out from this position in the middle. Instead, we must expand through 7 turns of a spiral, each time moving through all 12 signs, thus passing a total of 7 times 12 points. Imagine gradually expanding into the cosmos along a spiral path. Having circled through the 12 signs for the 7th time, we arrive in divine spirit. On this path we view the outer world through the spiritual periphery of 12 points, rather than from a single central location. This is what we must do to see the reality of the world's contents. It is not enough to see everything from only one perspective. We must see it from all 12 points of view. When we expand throughout the cosmos, we risk being blinded by its tremendous grandeur and a glut of confusing impressions. Once we accomplish 12 times 7, we have arrived in the spirit. We aspire to the ideal of wisdom, and we feel our inner essence rise as it fills with wisdom. At this stage, we perceive the domain of the 3 highest attributes as a world that exists only in our illusions. We cannot perceive its inherent truth unless we pass through the physical body and ascend to the level of spiritual beings. As long as we remain in the grip of us, the spirit of egoism, we perceive a world of lies and illusions. We must not believe that this is a world of truth. Until we extricate ourselves from it, we remain caught in Maya. Only when we acknowledge this essential aspect do we notice that human evolution is constantly progressing and moving from one stage to the next. What happens on Earth reflects what happens in the cosmos. Imagine certain effects radiating from the sun toward the Earth and others radiating back from the Earth into space. We should be filled with awe at this relationship between the cosmos and the great events of human evolution. In fact, there is an esoteric connection between cosmic existence as a whole and human events. Where they intersect in space is not a matter of indifference. The consequences of their meeting will differ depending on how far their intersection is from the Earth. The truth, however, is that human events are expressed in images taken from the constellations of heavenly bodies. The reality is always the opposite of what trivial minds would like it to be. And please be aware that much remains unsaid. The time may not yet be right to communicate everything that can be said of these great mysteries, even in intimate circles. The best that we can do with what we have learned here is to unite it with the innermost fibers of our soul, with all our hearts and minds, and not simply process it rationally and intellectually. The greatest wisdom can be disclosed to humankind only gradually. It will eventually be disclosed, however, and will become a comprehensive source of healing. In the future, the soul's spiritual element will once again acquire a great deal of power over the physical element. Spiritual wisdom is perfectly healthy, but human beings are not. That is why the spiritual wisdom that will be revealed in the course of time cannot be disclosed today in its entirety and all at once.